Good evening, and thanks for joining us for this special presentation as we get you ready for tonight's big game, the Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots. I'm Claudine Ewing. Kickoff is just 2 hours away, 8:15 in Orchard Park. This highly anticipated Bill season could all end tonight, but the snow, the cold and harsh environment inside Highmark Stadium will not be easy for the Pats. And Channel 2 Sports Director Adam Bonini and Vic Carucci take it from here.
All right, Vic Carucci, so the Bills and Patriots wild card playoff action just a few hours away now out in Orchard Park. So it's time to get down to the X's and O's and the nitty-gritty in this game. And, you know, it comes back to me anyway to something we've talked about for the balance of the season in terms of this defense. Biggest factor to me in this game tonight is Buffalo's ability to stop the Patriots' run game. If the Pats can't run it tonight, I don't think they can do much of anything.
I would go as far as to say game over if we are seeing early on that they can't get a running game going, but you got to correlate that with a Bills' ability to score and take them out of that. So it's really twofold. If they're struggling to run, they will be persistent and keep trying to run, but that persistence only goes as far as the scoreboard allows.
All right, so big storyline tonight, as it was especially in the first meeting on the Monday nighter, is the weather, but for different reasons. The winds aren't the factor, frigid temperatures are. To what extent, we've heard Josh Allen talk about his toes getting cold, and I read today he's gonna, go without sleeves tonight for protecting the football. He thinks that's better. To what extent do you think these temps affect the Bills' offense and its ability to do what it does best, and that is obviously throw?
It feels like it would be ludicrous to suggest that this weather won't impact both teams at various times, if not the entire game. The number one mission for each team, find a way to win, but not far behind that is find a way to tolerate, to stay warm. And of course, they've got the gear. Teams are outfitted with the kind of gear to handle sub-zero temperatures. They've got those blast heaters on the sidelines, hand warmers, foot warmers. All of that said, if you're thinking more about this cold, if you're more preoccupied with staying warm than the assignment on the field, that's a problem. And I think, again, this will apply to both teams, and I think it's going to apply to every single player on the field. I tend to think the quarterback who plays for New England from Florida, played at Alabama, could have more problem with it than the Buffalo quarterback who also says he's not a big fan of it.
Interesting that Josh Allen actually said it's more of a mental thing than a physical thing in terms of dealing with the cold. A little bit less than a minute left here, Vic, but I think the other factor we have to consider is what is Bill Belichick, the master schemer, going to come up with? He lost the chess match to Allen and the Bills offense in Foxborough and that 33-21 win the day after Christmas. What do you suspect? No one knows, obviously, but what do you suspect he counters with tonight?
Yeah, it would seem to make sense that his focus, of course, is figuring out how to minimize Josh Allen's impact totally, which means figure out a way to take away those breakaway runs that he has, that keeps the chains moving, and that is a backbreaker, has been a backbreaker to New England before. So I think it's devising ways to do that. I think it'd be a variety of, having a spy, maybe slow playing the quarterback on the rush, all those things combined to help minimize the total impact of Josh.
All right, going to find out in just a short time. Bills and Patriots at Orchard Park tonight at 8:15. First postseason meeting between these two historic franchises since way back in 1963. For Vic Carucci, Adam Bonini, Channel 2 Sports.
Adam and Vic, thank you. As you heard from the guys, the weather will be a big factor tonight. Frigid weather is the only way to describe it. And Storm Team 2 meteorologist Carl Lamb has more on the game forecast. Cold is the word of the day.
Yeah, it has been for sure. Here's a current look at temperatures right now. It's 8 in Buffalo. It's 1 degree in Olean, 7 degrees in the Falls, and that lake still at 36 degrees. But when you factor in the wind, it feels like -3. It feels like -8. In Olean, it feels like -5 in Jamestown. So again, we are going to be dealing with this cold all night long. So here's what you can expect for the game. Kickoff temperature right around 6 degrees. And then once we get to about halftime, temperatures will be holding steady right around 5 before they start to bottom out during the overnight. And in terms of what you can expect, we have a wind chill advisory in place for all of Western New York. This goes into effect right now until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Wind chill values in some areas could be around -15 to -20. That's how cold it could feel. So this is what we're expecting. Wind chill values again right around -5 for game time. So it's going to be advisable for you to really bundle up. And then as we head into the end of the game, wind chill around -6. It does not take long for you to really notice this wind chill once you step outside. And by the time we get into the overnight, again, this is why we have that wind chill advisory in place for some areas where you could get to minus double-digit wind chills during the overnight. Let's get you also to the winter storm warnings. Just going to mention this. Winter storm warning starting tomorrow evening for our northern counties, Niagara, Orleans, Northern Erie, and Genesee County. This is where we're going to be dealing with plenty of snow. A different winter storm warning going into effect Sunday at 7 p.m., lasting until Monday at 10 for southern Erie, Wyoming, Cattaraugus, and Chautauqua County. And then Allegheny, you have a separate winter storm warning, a 24-hour period starting Sunday evening until Monday evening. We'll have the latest on snowfall totals when I join you tonight at 11. Claudine, back to you.
I know we're used to cold weather, but this is severely cold, and the risk of frostbite is minutes.
Layers, layers, and layers. It's the mantra you've been hearing all week, but it's worth revisiting. That's because tonight's game could be the second coldest in Bills history. If you are heading to Orchard Park, Dr. McCormick from the University at Buffalo recommends grabbing a few hand warmers, doubling up on gloves and socks, and eating a big meal before the game. Staying warm for 3 hours is a marathon, not a sprint, and it will get colder as the game goes on. And Carl warned us. Bills Mafia has certainly not been discouraged by the weather. They've been showing up to the tailgate outside Highmark Stadium all day, even in these single-digit temperatures. Some fans are even managing to find their own way to commemorate such an important game today. 2 on your sides, Daniel Church has the story.
You know, I'm originally from Chicago, had my first job in Fargo, and I have to say I have never seen fans quite like Bills Mafia. I know you've heard that probably hundreds and hundreds of times, but just take a look. They are truly unmatched.
We are here gathered at the Highmark Stadium in the presence of love.
No, your eyes do not deceive you. Bills Elvis officiated a wedding at the Ralph statue outside of Highmark Stadium on game day. Jordan Hauser is the bride, and the groom is Carl Weinreber. They're high school sweethearts. Jordan is in the military and already got her orders.
I do.
That plus COVID made the couple decide why not get married in front of Highmark Stadium during the biggest game of the year.
We just wanted to add on to it and combine the 2 best days.
We couldn't go to a playoff game last year, so I'm happy to have it here.
Especially because they were surrounded by family and friends, and because of who married them.
We love Bills Elvis. Who wouldn't want Bills Elvis?
He's the most iconic person in Bills Mafia.
Giantly honored. It's an honor. First one I've ever done here.
The newlyweds are attending the game tonight. As for that honeymoon,
This is the honeymoon when we win.
that's up to the Bills to accomplish later tonight. Danielle Church, Channel 2 News.
And of course, plenty of you will be watching tonight's game from the warmth of your own home. So many of you have shared photos with us using the hashtag #BeOn2, or you can tag us on Facebook. These are just a few of the dozens of photos that we have received so far. Take a look at them. We want you to keep them coming. A lot of fun from your dogs, cats, children, big people, little people. We have it all. We will have much more over on Channel 2 tonight at 11, and lots more Bills coverage after the game on Daybreak. But we want to thank you for joining us here on WGRZ.com. We leave you with some more of the action out at Highmark Stadium and a special performance from Future Dance Center.
The Bills make me wanna kick your heels up and throw your hands up and throw your head back and come on now. The Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 hey, 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 hey. me wanna